which I'm very, very proud. Thank you very much for your time.
Let the lady can we go first? Yeah, just on the floor. All right.
If you want to वो जो मैं बता रहा हूँ ये कंप्यूटर वर्कशॉप होगी ट्रेनिंग वर्कशॉप Not the single penny has come from either any local authority or any central government or anyone else.
Isn't that a much better way? Because if you do that...
The tension is that why should the Muslim community be left out when every other community...
No, they don't. No, they don't. They're not left out. They all do. You work together. You work all together. And yeah, you do work together.
Yes,
and then when you reach... And it's all yours then. Now, I've got a lot of experience on this, and I'll show it to you one day.
I must meet you on another occasion.
I want to say something. I've got a wonderful community centre, and it's taken me 20 years to get it as it is. 20 years.
Well, we've been waiting here 30 years, and nothing has been done.
No, nobody did anything for me. All my people did rubbish sales, everything was themselves. And it's wonderful. And I can say, we did all this ourselves.
Fine, please come, please come.
मोहतरम बुजुर्गों दोस्तों और अजीजों और मेरी बहनों अस्सलाम वालेकुम His Excellency the Ambassador of Pakistan Honorable Mr. Ali Asad the Lord Mayor of Coventry Councillor Mrs. W. Lakan Chief Superintendent of Police, Mr. David Stowe, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Muslim Community Center Association, I welcome you all. During my announcement, I may have to speak in my mother tongue, so I would request to be excused by our English guests, because that is the benefit of those friends who are not able to understand English. जब से मैं आपको खुशामदीद कहता हूँ, इससे पहले कि इस तकरीबी कार्रवाई बाकायदगी से शुरू की जाए, मैं चंद बातों के लिए आपकी तवज्जो चाहूँगा। सबसे पहले आपसे गुजारिश है कि आप सब्र तहम्मुल और आराम से तकारीर सुनें और थोड़े से वक्त में ज़ब्त से काम लें। हमारे लिए ये खुशी का मकाम है कि इतने काबिल कदर हजरात यहाँ तशरीफ लाए हुए हैं। इसके बाद आपको मतला किया जाता है कि कवंट्री सिटी लाइब्रेरी की तरफ से मुसलमानों की किताबें, रिकॉर्ड्स और कैसेट की नुमाइश इस सेंटर में लगाई गई है, जिसको आप हाल के दाईं तरफ पाएंगे। मैं कवंट्री सिटी लाइब्रेरी खासकर एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर का मशकूर हूँ, जिन्होंने की इन थक कोशिशों से इस नुमाइश का एहतमाम किया गया। इससे पहले कि इस तकरीब की कार्रवाई शुरू हो, मैं कारी इस्माइल साहब से गुजारिश करूंगा कि वो तिलावत कुरान पाक से इस कार्रवाई की आगाज करें। Now, I will request Hajji Abdul Rasheed, JP, ACM B.Com, first Muslim magistrate in Coventry, Warwickshire, and founder member of Rugby Community Relations Council, and at present, Chairman of the Muslim Community Center Association, Coventry. I will request him to speak to you and give you the full details what the association has done so far and what we intend to do in future. Abdul Rasheed.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم السلام عليكم. I am lost for words. I really am. Can I, first of all, most welcome His Excellency, the Ambassador of Pakistan. We welcome him not once, but 10 times and as many times as we can welcome him. He has done us a great honor to come here. And can I also then similarly welcome the Lady Lord Mayor and all the other distinguished guests. Mr. Ambassador, Lady Lord Mayor, most distinguished guests, my dear brothers and sisters, I am overwhelmed with joy to see this center. It is your center. You have worked for it, and by Allah's grace, you have succeeded in getting it where it is today. I congratulate you all and say, बहुत बहुत मुबारक, हजार मुबारक. So many people have worked for it, and they have worked hard. But the question is, why did we work so hard? Why did we need this place? Why was it not needed 10 years ago? The answers are quite simple. Firstly, we certainly needed such a center. Not only 10 years ago, but 20 years ago. The Muslims have been faced with acute cultural differences in the society. They have faced problems and pressures due to unemployment, due to poverty, due to language difficulties, due to their color, and even due to their faith, and their health problems, and many other problems due to literacy and education. The problems of their own identity and the problem of bringing their children up in accordance with the culture of Islam. Indeed, in the last 20 years, the Muslim community has lost 2 generations of young people today are not living the sort of life we want them to live. And I tell you, some of the shameless, self-styled leaders who claim to have represented us for the last 30 years have actually done nothing at all about it. Indeed, they have stopped others by means fair or foul. We do not claim that we can solve all the problems, but we do feel that the establishment of this center will instill a feeling of belonging and identity with the Muslim community and this center, and this is bound to relieve and reduce some of the pressures they have faced until now. At least we have made a start. By grace of Allah, 4th March 1984 was a blessed day for us when we held a meeting to inaugurate the Muslim Community Center Association. And you all know that at least 500 people attended that meeting, and it was well publicized, and the management committee was elected. Now, you must remember what the mandate of this management committee was. The management of this committee was, you are elected, and you are elected and appointed to find a most suited premises, get a grant, and you must establish a center for the Muslims. So that's what our mandate was. We knew about this building, and thus it was earmarked for this project in March 1984. And we put in an application for grant from the urban aid people. Unfortunately, due to the previous generosity of the authorities, they had given money very generously in prior years, and thus due to the lack of funds, our application was not included in the submission to the Department of Environment in 1984. However, I am so pleased and glad that the city actually realized the need for a center, and I am sure they realized, the people who are working so hard for this center, that they actually included our application in the 1986-87 funds. But, having said that, you see, it doesn't end there. What happens is the Minister for Environment looks at our application and he sees that there isn't enough mathematical information about expenditure, where we're going to spend it, what we're going to do. And he says, okay, I say to you, this is a very good application. I just keep it on my table here. Please go and do some work. Give it to me and I will approve it. And I'm saying to you, the application has been deferred, not rejected, like some people have been spreading rumors. The local authorities now must make every effort to put this right and conclude this matter speedily in our favor. Why may people ask, did we choose this particular building? And why indeed did we choose this building where it is today? Now, firstly we chose this building because it has two halls, one upstairs and one down here. This one is for larger gatherings such as today. Now, weddings, functions, cultural, religious functions, even to play badminton here. You know, the ceiling is quite high here. You can have badminton and indoor games. Now, you all know that one of the restraints for our women folk has been that they have not been able to get a place of their own where they can privately carry out their activities in accordance with our culture. And the upstairs hall, we are saying, is mainly for the ladies. They can have an independent place, they can have an independent entrance, and they can work their own programs out. In fact, they are now free. They have got a place where they can carry out their own activities. Now then, we can also use the upstairs hall when they are not using it for various functions. Now beautifully, the floors are so divided. It's got toilets for upstairs, it's got an office for upstairs, it's got a kitchen for upstairs. Similarly, we have a kitchen here, we've got toilets and everything. So this is really a suited building. Now you see that there's a little room here which you must have noticed, that is for our offices. Behind that room, there is another room which we are going to use for mothers, toddler groups, and then other small sort of activities. Now behind that, there's another room which we are going to use as a library and a computer training workshop. You see, today we need to train the children in computers because the technology has gone so far. So we're going to have that room, and we're going to have 2 or 3 computers there, inshallah, and then we're going to get these children to learn how to operate these computers, how to program. Similarly, upstairs we have got a room which the women can use. I was just telling His Excellency that Coventry has been very rich in business, especially in textile business. Small Asian firms are setting up, making up garments. And there are a lot of young girls who have, after leaving school, cannot find employment, either due to any qualifications or due to skills or even due to their color. And what we are saying is we'll have a few sewing machines there. We will get some people to come from these factories, come and train these girls so that it makes their employment finding easy. We got a kitchen here and we got a room here which can be used for Basme Urdu, for example. They have their Mushara at Frank Walsh. Well, we would expect them in future. I'm sure that there are some members of the executive here. I request them that in future they must use a place of the Pakistanis and of the Muslims instead of using other places. Now then, I have described the building for you. Now, I feel personally, and you must all agree with me, we could not have found a better building for this. So this must be the most suited building for a center. Now you tell me yourself, is this not the most suitable building for a center for the Muslims? Please, I would like you to say yes or no. Yes. Thank you very much. Now then, another thing. One or two gentlemen came to me, says, this place is not the right place, this building is not in the right place, You shouldn't have a Muslim community center here, you should have a Muslim community center there, or you should have one there. And I said to him, well, hold on now. I tell you what, why did we choose this building? Well, I am a Hajji. I don't think we chose this building. I feel Allah chose this for us. Firstly, because of the reason I have mentioned, and secondly, because Allah chose it because it is only 50 yards from the Eagle Street Mosque. It is only 150 yards from the Stony Central Road Mosque. It is only 200 yards from the new Cambridge Street Mosque being built. It is only 400 yards from the Barry Street Mosque. Now has Allah, in fact, we got Jamia Islamia there right in front of us. Now has Allah not brought all the Muslims here where they can easily follow their faith, where they can go and trade? Now, indeed, Allah has chosen this place. We have not, and Allah always does the right thing. Now, for the first time in the history of this city, we celebrated Pakistan Independence Day openly. I am so pleased and so glad that His Excellency has come here. And we are saying this publicly, that it is the Muslim Community Center who for the first time in the history of this city celebrated two Pakistan Independence Days, open for everybody to come, and not in a small room in the town hall. We have also celebrated Pakistan Resolution Day, and I tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. Now you must listen to this, this is very important for our country. Now, you must have read the Urdu newspapers, you must have read the English newspapers. Because I've talked about Pakistan, I must mention this because I feel deep in my heart about Pakistan. You have read in the newspapers recently, there have been reports which are not good for Pakistan. There are reports criticizing Pakistan, our beloved country. And I tell you in English, I would say, we condemn any reports against Pakistan in any newspaper, not just the Urdu one. And we deplore the people. And we deplore the people who are responsible for this. And ladies and gentlemen, if you would allow me, I would like to say this because this is not for a community center which 500 people or 1,000 people are going to use. This is a country for which my family has given blood, for which my women in my family, my sisters, my brothers, and I'm sure many of yours who have sacrificed their life and their belongings for the last 500 years if you were settled in India. We have given up all that thing for Pakistan. We cannot tolerate anybody getting up and talking against Pakistan or the government which is installed at the moment. Now, I would like now, with your permission, to say a few words in Urdu. मेरे अजीज भाइयों और बहनों, आप जानते हैं कि यहाँ पर ज्यादा जो लोग हैं पाकिस्तान से हैं, जितने मुसलमानों में से ज्यादा लोग पाकिस्तान से हैं। एम्बेसडर साहब, हम आपसे दरख्वास्त करते हैं कि जो पाकिस्तानी सहाफ़ी पाकिस्तान को बदनाम करने के वसीले बना रहे हैं और इन वसीलों और स्कीमों में मुलव्वस हैं, उनसे पाकिस्तानी शहरियत वापस ले ली जाए। functions next month. The association has really played a key role in retaining special schools for girls in the cities. Now you all know that, don't you? Because Lingaul was going to close, and the Muslim Community Center campaigned in every single meeting to retain a school for the girls, for the Muslims, and for other people as well. Now it has worked so hard that eventually, with the help and the cooperation of all you people, because mind you, we couldn't do anything ourselves, could we? The 5 or 10 or 20 people on this executive, we can't do anything. It is you people who have to do it, and you have done it. You have shown it to the city of Coventry that we can do things. With your help, what we did, we got at least 5 Muslim governors on the education boards, on the school boards in this town. We have helped people with housing problems, with social problems, with any problem with the police, and we are involved. In fact, I personally am representing the Muslim Community Center on the YTS board, which is in the city. We are representing the ethnic minorities on the inner area program, social sector working group. And in fact, one of the gentlemen, good one, has even offered a minibus, and he says when we require trips for elderly people or handicapped people, he will take these people free of charge on that trips. Now I'll tell you what, we are really a live community, or aren't we? We have made positive contribution to the welfare of our community, and I am certain that we have also made positive contributions to the community relations in this city. We are not like the umpteen fictitious and homemade associations which are formed by mischievous self-styled leaders, and which I am sorry to say are very gladly accepted by some of the authorities in this town and also the CRC. There is no parallel to the activities of this association. There is no parallel to the activities of this association, and there is indeed no parallel to this great community of ours. Now, tens of businesses, you know the businesses are closing down, and unemployment is so difficult. I mean, I bet that at least out of these people here, at least half of them haven't got jobs. I didn't have a job for at least 12 months myself. Now then, in spite of all this, Mr. Ambassador, Lady Lord Mayor, this community, in small and large sums, has loaned £32,000 to get this center. And the rest, of course, we had to look for elsewhere. So we had to go to the bank and say, look, we are so poor, we got no money in this and that. And Lloyds Bank was very good. They loaned us the other £25,000 to buy this building. We hope the City Council takes notes of these sacrifices this community has so uniquely made. And on top of all this, we have to suffer £400 interest every month. We don't know where we're going to buy that. I hope you will all have funds for that as well. Now then, I was most delighted, absolutely delighted, to learn that our esteemed ambassador of our beloved country has in recent years taken great interest in the Pakistani community, and he's gone round and has been so generous. He's been donating large and small sums, and I am hoping that his generosity will not stop at Birmingham Airport. Really, I have said quite a lot, and I must say thank you for listening. I've just got one or two other small things to say. Now, my sisters and brothers, you have indeed proved that if we work together, we can even do the impossible. And there is no reason for me not to congratulate you wholeheartedly, and may I pray to Allah that Allah gives us the unity, Allah gives us the strength, because do you know what the address of this place is? How many people know the address of this building? Qul huwa Allahu ahad. Say, God is one. And the number outside this door is 1. So Allah Himself has chosen this building for us. And may I say, thank you very much indeed. And I ask you to support us in future as well. Thank you for this.
Thank you very much.
Hajji Abdul Rasheed, Chairman of the Muslim Community Center. Now I would request Muhammad Ahmad Lakarwala, Chairman of the Bazm Urdu, if he is here, please come on the stage and say a few words. Mr. Ahmad Lakarwala. If not, then, oh sorry, I thought you did. Then we have somebody else to replace him. Mr. Muhammad Ahmad Lakarwala is the chairman of the Bazm Urdu, senior teacher and advisor in the multi-language education. Mr. Ahmad Lakarwala.
His Excellency, Safir Pakistan, Lord Mayor of Coventry, Rahman Akbar Sahab, اور مسلم ایسوسیشن کے صدر حاجی عبد الرشید صاحب، خواتین و حضرات، السلام علیکم۔ آج کے پرمسرت موقع پر حاجی عبد الرشید صاحب کا حکم کہ کچھ کہا جائے اور موقع کی مناسبت سے اپنے خیالات کا اظہار کرنا چاہیں گے، بھلا جب آپ کا حکم ہو اور موقع اور محل ایسا پرمسرت ماحول ہو تو اس وقت چپ رہنے کو بھی جی نہیں چاہتا۔ حضرات، میں ان کا شکر گزار ہوں کہ آج مجھے آپ نے یہ موقع دیا اور میں آپ کی خدمت میں حاضر ہو کر اپنے خیالات کا اظہار کر رہا ہوں۔ مجھے وہ دن یاد ہے جب حاجی عبد الرشید صاحب اور ان کے رفقائے کار یہ عزم کیے ہوئے تھے، یہ ٹھانے ہوئے تھے کہ کوونٹری میں مسلمانوں کے لیے ایک مرکز بنے۔ ہر قوم کے لیے ایک مرکز کا ہونا بہت ضروری ہے۔ اس میں کوئی شک نہیں کہ ہم جس معاشرے میں رہتے ہیں وہ معاشرہ کثیر الثقافت ہے، یعنی ایک قوم ایک مذہب کے نہیں بلکہ مختلف مذاہب اور مختلف ثقافتوں کے لوگ رہتے ہیں، اور کچھ لوگوں کا یہ کہنا ہے کہ اس قسم کا ہال کسی قوم کے نام سے بنانا، تعمیر کرنا، گویا اس میں اتفاق اور اتحاد نہیں ہوتا بلکہ اس میں اتفاق اور اتحاد کم ہوتا ہے۔ جہاں تک میرا خیال ہے میں اس سے اتفاق نہیں کرتا۔ ہم لوگ جہاں تک ایز اے قوم ہیں یا قوم کی حیثیت سے ہیں، ہمیں دوسری قوموں کے ساتھ رابطہ قائم کرنے میں کوئی رکاوٹ ہونی نہیں چاہیے، مگر جہاں تک ہماری ترقی، قوم کی ترقی، ثقافت کا تعلق ہے، وہاں ہمیں اپنا مرکز ہونا بہت بہت ضروری ہے۔ حاجی رشید صاحب نے جو عزم کیا تھا، شکر ہے خدا کا کہ چند مہینوں میں وہ شرمندہ تعبیر ہوا ہے، اور آج یہ دیکھ کر بڑی خوشی ہوتی ہے، بڑی مسرت ہوتی ہے، بڑے فخر محسوس کرتے ہیں کہ آج کمیونٹی کے پاس، کوونٹری کے مسلمانوں کے پاس اپنا مرکز ہے۔ ہم چاہتے ہیں کہ اس مرکز کو صرف اس لیے کہ یہاں نشستن و گفتن و برخاستن اسی لیے نہیں اٹھیں بیٹھیں اور چلے جائیں، بلکہ اس لیے کہ اس مرکز کو صحیح معنوں میں استعمال کیا جائے۔ یہاں ہر قسم کے لوگ، ہر قسم کی تعلیم اور جہاں جہاں جو بھی مواقع میسر ہوں، ان مواقع کو کام میں لا کر اس ہال کو اس کا ایک سینٹر بنا کر، مرکز بنا کر جہاں تک ہو سکے اپنی سرگرمیوں کو دوبارہ کیا جائے۔ جیسا کہ حاجی رشید صاحب نے فرمایا اس وقت کہ وہ کمپیوٹر کی ٹریننگ کے لیے ہمارے طلباء کو تیار کرنا چاہتے ہیں۔ حضرات، صرف تعلیم و تربیت کتابوں ہی سے نہیں ہوتی، بلکہ یہ بھی ہو سکتا ہے کہ ہم یہاں کھیل اور کھیلوں کے اور سپورٹس وغیرہ کا انتظام کریں۔ ہمارے نوجوان بچے صرف پڑھائی کے بعد انہیں ایسا بھی موقع، انہیں ایسی بھی ضرورتیں پیش آتی ہیں جب وہ کھیلیں کودیں۔ حضرات، یہ مرکز کو مجھے یقین ہے کہ اس کے جو کارکنان ہیں وہ اس ذہن میں رکھیں گے اور ہمارے نوجوانوں کو یہ موقع دیں گے، ہمارے بچوں کے لیے یہ موقع فراہم کریں گے کہ وہ یہاں بیٹھیں، جمع ہوں اور ہر طرح سے اپنی سرگرمیوں کو دوبارہ کریں، اتفاق سے ملیں، مل جلیں اور اپنا رابطہ بڑھائیں اور اپنے اثرات بڑھائیں۔ حضرات، رشید صاحب نے یہ بھی اس وقت کہا تھا اور خصوصاً بزم اردو کا ذکر کیا تھا کہ ان کی جو کچھ سرگرمیاں ہوں اس کا یہاں مرکز بنایا جائے۔ میں یقین دلاتا ہوں صدر صاحب کو कि ये मरकज बनाने में आपने जिस हौसले से, जिस अज़्म से, जिस हिम्मत से काम किया है, हमने आपका साथ दिया है, साथ देते रहेंगे और इस हॉल को, इस मरकज को हम अपनी सरगर्मियों का एक मरकज बनाएंगे, इसमें कोई शक नहीं। ये कहते हुए हज़रात, इस वक्त मैं फिर आपको कारकुनान मुस्लिम एसोसिएशन को आम मुसलमानों की तरफ से और मज़हब उर्दू की तरफ से मुबारकबाद पेश करता हूँ और मुझे उम्मीद है कि आप फलेंगे, फूलेंगे और परवान चढ़ेंगे।
Mr. Chairman of the City, I am pleased to be with you today. Coventry can be seen as a corporate whole, which is now the sum of many ethnic groups. My role is to acknowledge their presence among us, their dignity, and as citizens, their often unique contribution to our well-being. Government and local authorities never have enough resources to meet all the needs of the people they serve. We recognise that voluntary organisations do have a valuable part to play in supplementing public services. They can identify grassroots requirements. They can harness local knowledge and local energies, promote self-help and general support. This project is evidence of such voluntary will to support the needs and aspirations of some of our Muslim citizens. In regard to their social life, this ceremony makes a stage in bringing a new use to this building. It already had a proud record of many years of service in the locality. This tradition of community service is now continued. It is good that this renewal of fabric and social structure will contribute to this heartland of our city. I acknowledge the good intention of the sponsors of this venture and their singleness of purpose. I feel sure that some of our citizens will be happier for the facilities and support they will receive. Friends, I want to add one more paragraph to those words and address your chairman and say to him,
Stefano is not the father.
There's nothing
by the electorate to help them to get a building where they could meet like you. An old army disused building, derelict almost. We got together, we called a meeting of the people in the area. We got together and we made a resolution that night that we would have that building, we would work to make it suitable for our purpose. We've done that over 30 years. It is now, I think, and I'm sure I'm right, it's the best community centre in this city, all provided by the bare hands of the volunteers that live in that area. We have never asked for help. We've done a little bit one month, a little bit another month. And the proudest day, Mr. Chairman, of my life was when we had a great get-together and invited the people of the neighbourhood there and said to them, this is what we've done together as volunteers. This I see you doing tonight, and if you stick together and you use your skills, which you must have, lots of skills, you can make this a place that you can be proud of. I wish you well.
Mr. W.E. Now I will request Mr. William Lapworth, the chairman of Coventry. He used to be my transport and general unit boss. So I will request him to come along on the stage.
Your Excellency, Lord Mayor, Lady Mayoress, Chairman, friends,
I feel particularly privileged to be here today as a representative of the wider community of the city of Coventry, talking to a group.
Power gen, gas, electricity and telephone.
Good evening. Most of us are going to see some rain either through tonight or tomorrow, and many of us will have some very wet and windy weather by Monday, especially across the south. More on that in a second. Today we've been following rain across northwestern parts of Britain on the radar screens there. The rest of Britain, of course, had a mostly dry afternoon, but as we go through the evening and night, the rain will spread further east. And by tomorrow night, in towards Monday morning, we'll have a deep area of low pressure coming onto the chart in the south, so there will be wet and windy weather from that. We'll keep you updated as we get closer to it.
But it is good that you've launched out in this way. You now have your centre. You will be coming together. You can now build on this foundation that has been set for you. The Lord Mayor has made reference to the fact that Coventry is a multiracial, multicultural community. We live in a world that at this time particularly appears to concentrate on the divisions that exist. Internationally, we have to see that those divisions that exist within the world are not used to the detriment of ordinary people. I say to you that in this city, I believe we've achieved so much in terms of avoiding the conflict that's occurred in other multicultural communities within Britain. It is because of this spirit of working together and association that we've achieved what we have achieved here in Coventry in terms of multicultural cooperation. I would want to say to you that, as I said at the beginning, I'm pleased to be here as a representative of the wider community, because the worst thing that could happen is that people divide themselves up into communities and then lose the links with the other cultures that exist. So as a representative, if you like, of another culture, I am proud to be here and to be associated with your venture and your committee. One final word. In this city, I think most of us are aware that it is so easy for communities themselves to divide up into different factions. That is the worst thing that could happen in any organisation. It is important that you come together, that you stay together, and you work for this great venture that I'm sure is going to be a tremendous advantage to you as a community in maintaining your culture and your association with other people. I wish you well and congratulate you all on the venture. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. William Bradford. Now I would request Majid Khan Qazi, modern scholar, writer and Islamic philosopher, to come on the stage, please.
Lady Mayor, the Council from Pakistan Embassy, dear brothers and sisters, it's a great honor to be present here, and let me first congratulate the organizers, people who have contributed to establish this community center. Now, today there is great need for our children, for us and the children who will be here for all the time, because we have come into this country, we are going to stay in this country, our children are going to stay in this country and their children till the time of resurrection. And therefore, what we need, that it's a give and take policy. We have to adjust ourselves to the people of this country and to different religions, whatever faith they may be. We have to understand them, and equally we have to make them understand as to what we are and what Islam teaches us. What are the needs of our children? And we have to fight, we have to request and find ways and means to procure the means to assist our future generations. I've been associated with number of projects. Even I've been associated with Queen's College, where I invite priests and a lot of Europeans from all over the world. They come and they discuss about Islam. And I am going to speak few things about Islam. It is best to turn to Allah, pray with humility and sincerity for enough strength, bodily, mentally, in order to carry out day-to-day actions as per Islamic teaching, and to practice Sunnah as taught and practiced by our beloved Prophet Muhammad. Recite what is sent of the book of inspiration to thee, and establish regular prayers, for prayer restrains from shameful and unjust deeds. And remembrance of Allah is the greatest thing in life, without doubt. And Allah knows the deeds that ye do. May Allah create love for one another between brothers of Islam, and keep away from evil deeds and actions, and create love of unity for Islam, enough strength to become one strong thread and strong faith that can never be destroyed or annihilated by evil powers of force, or in modern times, the arms, ammunition, hydrogen or atomic bombs. I pray to Allah, the path of the followers of Islam be always towards Manzil-e-Uqba. Please, may Allah give us a new power to achieve what He loves and is pleased with by His kindness. Allah guide us and you towards what He loves and is pleased with in this world and hereafter. True and devoted servants of Allah of the utmost religious piety and taqwa. The essence of piety does not lie in the duration of worship, but in the cheerful submission and obedience to the commands of Allah. The spiritual advancement is progressive. Each step towards straight path makes the next one easier and more complete. May Allah give us the ability to learn and understand Allah's true religion, which in essence is Islam, and to apply it practically on ourselves and on our dependents, and then preach others. May Allah forgive us and our sins and anything we may have done or transgressed our duty, and Allah make our hearts firm and strong on His religion, which is in essence is Islam, and make ourselves end with the true faith. I thank you all, and to my young brothers and my elderly brothers and everybody, that this institution of the Community Center will take every necessary step and establish firm footing, and may God, Allah help you from all sources wherever possible to make you more stronger to achieve your desired goals. Amen.
Thank you very much, Qazi Majid Khan. Now, I would like to request Chief Superintendent of Coventry, Mr. David Stowe, to speak, please.
Your Excellency, Lord Mayor, Lady Mayoress, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Chairman. As the Chief Officer of the Police in Coventry, it gives me great personal pleasure on my own behalf and on behalf of my officers to be associated this evening in the official opening of the Muslim Community Centre in the city of Coventry. The Lord Mayor mentioned, and I endorse her comments entirely, that this has been achieved by a tremendous amount of effort, and I really do commend all of those who have been involved on a very fine achievement. As I understand it, the community consists of some 5,000 to 7,000, and so therefore the Muslim community form a very integral part in the community life in this city. Your cultures and your expertise in the field of commerce is well regarded, and long may that continue and develop. From the police point of view and liaison, I am well aware that that is an excellent part of the life between the police and the Muslim community in this city. I'm well aware that the assistance you have given the police in the past, particularly to my officers in the Public Liaison Department, when we've had troubles within the city and nationally. I'd like to thank you all for that effort, and long may that continue and develop. It gives me great pleasure to be here tonight. I wish this centre well. I'm sure it will progress and develop, and I really do sincerely hope that in the fullness of time that all Muslims in this city can come here and enjoy these very fine facilities. Thank you for inviting me.
I would like to request Dr. S.A. Khan, President of Pakistan Welfare Association from Birmingham. The reason I'm asking him to speak is because he is one of the persons who have worked very hard in the Birmingham community, and his appreciation will help us to do what we have done and also encourage us to carry on with the things we want to do this center. Dr. S.A. Khan.
Chief guests, brothers and sisters, will you excuse me speaking in my own language? मोअज़्ज़िज़ ख़वातीन व हज़रात, आप लोग हजार मुबारकबाद के मुस्तहिक़ हैं कि आप लोगों ने एक इंतहाई नेकी का काम किया है। आज से 25 साल पहले एक रिपोर्ट शाया हुई थी जिसमें कहा गया था कि 20-25 साल के बाद इस मुल्क में जो आइंदा नस्लें आएंगी वो इस्लाम या पाकिस्तान और इस किस्म के नाम जो है वो खत्म हो जाएंगे। ये आप लोगों की मेहनत का नतीजा है कि इस किस्म के सेंटर बन रहे हैं, और आप ही लोगों के लिए लामा इकबाल कहे गए हैं, करेंगे अहले नजर ताजा बस्तियां आबाद। आप लोगों ने ये काम करके हजार हज्जों हजार नेकियों का से बढ़कर काम किया है। आप इस मुल्क में हैं जिस मुल्क से हमेशा मुख्तलिफ किस्म के तूफान उठे और उन्होंने मिल्लत इस्लामिया के बाजू काटे। आप जानते हैं अगर तलवार मारी जाए तो उस तलवार को बाजू से पकड़ लिया जाए तो तलवार का असर नहीं रहता। आप अल्लाह ताला ने आपको इस जगह पे ला खड़ा किया है ताकि उन तूफानों को आप यहीं रोक दें जिन्होंने बाहर उठ के मिल्लत इस्लामिया के बाजू काटे। मैं और मेरे साथी जिनमें ये यहाँ के लोग भी शामिल हैं, नोटिंगम के भी, हर जगह के, इस बात का तहिया किए हुए हैं, कसम उस वक्त की जब मैं इस दुनिया में आया और कसम उस वक्त की जब इस दुनिया से चला जाऊंगा। हम दिन रात मेहनत करके ऐसा माहौल पैदा करेंगे
और ये ऐसा माहौल पैदा करने की एक कड़ी है, एक सिलसिला है कि जहां पे हम इकट्ठे बैठ के सलाह कर सकें, जहां पे हम कंप्यूटर की और एडवांस ट्रेनिंग दे सकें और यहां से हम अपनी अच्छी तादाद में अच्छे किस्म के स्कॉलर पैदा कर सकें। उसके साथ साथ ही हम इस्लाम को फैलाएं और अल्लाह का नाम बुलंद करें। चूंकि ये सेंटर मुस्लिम कम्युनिटी सेंटर है, इसलिए मैं 3 नारे अर्ज करूंगा। सबसे पहला नाराए तकबीर, नाराए रसालत, और सबसे अजीज तरीन और बेहतरीन नारा वो है जिसकी वजह से हम यहाँ पे मौजूद हैं, पाकिस्तान जिंदाबाद, इस्लाम जिंदाबाद, ला इलाहा इल्लल्लाह मुहम्मद रसूलुल्लाह। मैं मशकूर हूँ, आप लोगों ने मुझे बोलने के लिए वक्त दिया। मैं नहीं चाहता कि लंबी जोड़ी बातें करता हूँ। इंशाल्लाह मैं तो आपके सामने मौजूद हूँ। हम एम्बेसडर साहब की तकरीर सुनने के मुंतजिर हैं। शुक्रिया।
I would like to request our most honorable guest, Ambassador of Pakistan, Mr. Ali Arshad. Mr. Arshad is with me.
Mr. Chairman, Lord Mayor, Lady Mayoress, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I must thank the Muslim Community Center Association for providing me with this wonderful opportunity to be with you all this afternoon. I'm very grateful to them for having arranged this get-together. I must say that in this project which we see here, the thing that has impressed me most is that you have done this through self-help. This is the greatest thing that you could have done. And I congratulate you all for having contributed to this noble cause. Once you begin to do things yourselves, help will come to you from all directions. But if you wait and sit there and say somebody should come and build a center for us and somebody should give us money and we should set up a nice community center and so on, you will not easily be able to achieve your objective. Remember that your own religion tells you that there is nothing for man unless he tries for it. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, you live in this community, the host community here, and the one message I want to give you is that you must try to be a credit to the society in which you live. You must prove through your actions that you are an asset to the society. Because if you just withdraw yourselves into your own ghettos and you do not meet them and you try to isolate yourselves and you try to keep aloof from them for whatever reasons, the distances between you and them will keep on increasing. You will never come to a point where you understand each other properly. Now, I know that there are difficulties of language, of various other, cultural differences and so on. But you must make an effort. You must realize, remember how much emphasis your religion has placed on being on
good terms with your neighbors. One of the basic principles in Islam is that when you live somewhere, you must have excellent relations with your neighbors. You must look after them. You must serve the common cause. You must be a useful part of the society in which you live. Thank you very much. Now, I think we have already slightly overshot the time. I was noticing that the speeches were supposed to end around 7:10, and we have already reached the end of that appointed time. With the permission of our English-speaking guests here, I would like to say a few words in Urdu. I hope that most of you speak Urdu and understand it. I could speak in Punjabi, but I think it's better. More people will understand if I speak in Urdu. Khawateen و حضرات, جیسا کہ میں پہلے انگریزی میں کہہ چکا ہوں, میں آپ سب کو مبارکباد پیش کرتا ہوں, تبریک پیش کرتا ہوں کہ آپ نے یہ شاندار کارنامہ انجام دیا ہے. مجھے یہ معلوم ہے کہ یہاں کچھ لوگ ایسے بھی ہیں جو اس کارنامے کو اچھی نگاہ سے نہیں دیکھتے, مگر میں اس چیز کو بہت ہی بڑی بات سمجھتا ہوں کہ آپ نے اپنے پیسے خود جمع کر کے اور یہ سب کچھ کیا ہے. اس چیز کو جاری رکھیں. اس کا میں اگر دوام ہوگا تو آپ کے تمام مسائل جو ہیں وہ حل ہوتے جائیں گے. میں مختصراً چند باتوں کی آپ کو تلقین کرنا چاہتا ہوں. ایک تو یہ کہ اپنی یونٹی جو ہے, یونٹی یہ انتہائی ضروری چیز ہے. اس کو ہرگز ہاتھ سے نہ جانے دیجیے, اور اگر کوئی لوگ ایسے ہوں جو ڈس یونٹی پیدا کریں, وہ مذہب کو بھی نقصان پہنچائیں گے, وہ اپنی کمیونٹی کو بھی نقصان پہنچائیں گے. اس لیے میں ایک تو اس چیز پہ زور دینا چاہتا ہوں کہ آپ اپنے اتحاد کو قائم رکھیں. اگر آپ اسے قائم رکھیں گے, آپ کے مسائل خود بخود حل ہوتے جائیں گے, آپ کے کام نکلتے چلے جائیں گے, آپ جو چاہیں گے وہ ہو جائے گا. اگر آپ منتشر ہو گئے, بکھر گئے, ادھر ادھر تقسیم ہو گئے, تو کوئی بھی آپ کا کام جو ہے وہ انجام نہیں پائے گا. اس لیے اس چیز کی خاص اہمیت ہے. دوسرا, میں ایک اور بات کہنا, مجھے اس بات سے بڑی خوشی ہوئی کہ اس سینٹر کے اندر نہ صرف مرد موجود ہیں بلکہ عورتیں بھی اوپر کی منزل پہ موجود ہیں. ایک بات یاد رکھیے کہ آپ کے یہاں خاص طور پہ مذہب میں زور دیا گیا ہے کہ علم حاصل کرو, چاہے تمہیں چین جانا پڑے. اس میں یہ نہیں کہا گیا کہ عورتوں کو چین نہ جانے دو, یا یہ کہ عورتوں کو علم نہ سیکھنے دو. جب تک آپ کی خواتین جو ہیں, دیکھیے حیا ایک اور چیز ہے, شرم ایک اور چیز ہے, وہ ضرور ہونی چاہیے. وہ ہمارے کلچر کا, ہمارے رہن سہن کا, ہمارے مذہب کا ایک حصہ ہے. لیکن اس کا یہ مطلب نہیں کہ عورتوں کو جہالت میں رکھا جائے. یہ آپ کا فرض ہے اپنی آئندہ نسلوں کی بہتری کے لیے. یہ آپ کا فرض ہے کہ خواتین کو بھی تعلیم دیں مذہب کے متعلق, دنیا کے متعلق, تاکہ ان کی گود میں جو آئندہ نسل جو پلے وہ ایک صحت مند نسل ہو. اس کا تعلق ہو زمانے کے ساتھ, یہ کہ وہ یہ بھی جانے کہ دین یہ کہتا ہے, زمانے کے تقاضے جو ہیں وہ یہ ہیں, اور وہ ایک نہایت خوش اسلوبی سے چیزوں کا امتزاج پیدا کریں. ورنہ کیا ہوتا ہے کہ لوگ جو ہیں, بڑی جو پہلی نسل کے لوگ ہیں, وہ اپنے راستے پہ چلتے جاتے ہیں. نوجوان بچے جو ہیں وہ اپنے راستے پہ چلتے ہیں. تھوڑی دیر کے بعد لوگ کہتے ہیں کہ ہمارے بچے جو ہیں وہ تو ہمارے قابو میں نہیں رہے, وہ گمراہ ہو رہے ہیں, وہ اور طرفوں پہ جا رہے ہیں. تو انہیں اب کیا ہم ان کا کریں؟ اس کا علاج جو ہے وہ یہ ہے کہ
sorry to interrupt the
जी, तो मैं ये कह रहा था कि ये एक ऐसी चीज है जो कि आपके लिए इंतहाई जरूरी फर्ज है। अगर आप उस खलीज को जो कि आपके दरमियान और नई नस्ल के दरमियान पैदा होती जा रही है, उसे अगर दूर करना चाहते हैं, उसका तरीका ये है कि नई नस्ल की सही परवरिश कीजिए, उनको मजहब के मुताल्लिक बतलाइए, उनको दुनिया के मुताल्लिक भी बतलाइए, उनके साथ राबता रखें और ये जानने की कोशिश करें कि उनकी जरूरियात क्या है, और अगर वो आपसे दूरी महसूस करते हैं तो क्यों दूरी महसूस करते हैं। अगर आप इस फासले को पाट लेंगे, अगर इस फासले को आप दूर कर देंगे, तो आपके बच्चे आपसे करीब तर भी आ जाएंगे और आइंदा नस्लें जो हैं उनमें उनका दीन भी कायम रहेगा और उनकी दुनिया भी दुरुस्त रहेगी। तीसरी एक चीज जो मैं कहना चाहता हूं वो ये कि एक बात का खास ख्याल रखें, नारे लगा के आप अपने मजहब को बुलंद नहीं कर सकते। ठीक है, आपको अगर देखेंगे लोग तो वो ये देखेंगे, ये नहीं देखेंगे कि इसने बड़ा ऊंचा फलां जगह मजहब के नाम पे नारा लगाया था, वो ये देखेंगे कि ये आदमी सच बोलता है या नहीं, ये आदमी दूसरों के साथ धोखा तो नहीं करता, ये आदमी दूसरों के साथ सलूक किस किस्म का करता है। ये वो चीजें हैं जब आप अल्लाह ताला से 5 वक्त की नमाज पढ़ के दुआ मांगते हैं तो आप ये कहते हैं कि ए खुदा हमें सीधा रास्ता दिखा। मजहब का एक बड़ा मकसद ये है कि आपको दुनिया में सीधा रास्ता मिले, और अगर कोई ये कहे कि सीधे रास्ते पे तो मैंने चलना नहीं, मगर ये है कि कहता जाऊंगा, शोर मचाता जाऊंगा, नारे लगाता जाऊंगा, तो उसका नतीजा ये होगा कि दूसरे लोग जो हैं वो ये समझ लेंगे कि भाई इनकी कहने की बातें और हैं, करने की बातें और हैं। आमाल इनके कुछ हैं, आमाल इनके कुछ हैं, अक़वाल इनके कुछ हैं। तो इस चीज को खास तौर पे आप ख्याल रखें, इसका एक दूसरे की मदद करें, एक दूसरे के लिए मुसीबत में काम आए। और दूसरा ये कि आपने ये जो सेंटर बनाया है, अब इसको दुरुस्त तरीके पे चलाना, इसमें सफाई रखना। ये अगर एक जगह को आप थोड़ी देर के बाद गंदा कर देंगे तो वो फिर लोग कहेंगे कि जी वो बस जैसे वो होता है, ये तो वही चीज हो गई, बेकार सा हो गया सेंटर। ये ऐसा इसको अच्छी तरह इसका निजाम चलाइए और इस तरह से इसमें सफाई रखिए कि लोग आके यहाँ महसूस करें कि हाँ ये लोग साफ सुथरे हैं। देखिए हम में बहुत सी बातें मजहब में ऐसी हैं जिन पे जोर दिया गया है, मगर हमने उनको महज एक सुपरस्टिशन सा बना लिया है। मसलन सफाई पे जितना जोर इस्लाम में है किसी और मजहब में नहीं है, मगर हमने उसको सिर्फ ये बना लिया है कि 3 दफे हाथ धोना तो बहुत जरूरी है, मगर हम ये नहीं देखते कि वो 3 दफे धो के हमने हाथ अच्छी तरह पाक भी कर लिए हैं या नहीं किए। हमारे यहाँ ये चीज जो है ये ऐसी है जिसकी तरफ हमें खास तौर पे तवज्जो देनी चाहिए। लोग आएंगे तो देखेंगे कि आप जहाँ बैठते हैं, जहाँ आप मिलते जुलते हैं, जहाँ आपने सेंटर बनाया है उसको किस तरह रखा है, सफाई से रखा है, खूबसूरती से रखा है। अगर अच्छी तरह रखा है आपके अपने लोग भी आएंगे, दूसरे लोग भी आएंगे। अगर गंदा हो जाएगा लोग कहेंगे छोड़ो जी घर बैठे ही बेहतर है। तो इसका आप खास तौर पे ख्याल रखें। इन द एंड I just want to say a couple of sentences in English. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm very much impressed with what you have done, and from the embassy I would like to donate a sum of £1,000 to you, to your center. Thank you very much.
थी, लेकिन आपने तो बहुत कुछ हमें दे दिया। हम आपके शुक्रगुजार हैं। इसके اختتام سے پہلے میں چند باتیں عرض کرنا ضروری سمجھتا ہوں، وہ یہ کہ ہمارے ایسوسیشن کے ممبران نے جس تگودو سے اور محنت سے یہ کام سر انجام دیا، میں ان کا شکریہ ادا کرتا ہوں اور ان تمام حضرات کا مشکور ہوں کہ انہوں نے ہماری حوصلہ افزائی کی اور ہمیں امید ہے کہ آئندہ بھی آپ ہمیں اسی طرح سے ہماری مدد کرتے رہیں گے۔ اب نماز عصر کا وقت ہوا جاتا ہے تو کھانے سے پہلے آپ سے استدعا ہے کہ ہم نماز عصر ادا کریں گے۔ اس کے ساتھ ساتھ میں نے پہلے عرض کیا تھا کہ یہاں سٹی لائبریری والوں نے ہمارے لیے یہ جو نمائش رکھی ہوئی ہے ہم اس کا فائدہ ضرور اٹھائیں، کیونکہ انہوں نے بڑی کوشش سے یہ نمائش کا انتظام کیا ہے اور یہ ہمارے لیے بڑی بری بات ہوگی کہ ہم اس کا فائدہ نہ اٹھائیں۔ آپ جائیں وہاں پر کیسٹ دیکھیں، اپنے مسلمان کتابیں دیکھیں اور پھر جس طرح آپ کو ضرورت ہو جس لائبریری میں جانا چاہیں آپ ضرور جائیے گا۔ I have just seen Mrs. Sandra K.D.Khan to arrive, who is manager of the Coventry Volunteer Services, but because the time is near the end now, and I'm very, very sorry not to give her a chance. I'm sure she supported our project and she will carry on supporting our project as well. Ambassador of Pakistan, Mr. Raja Kabar, Lord Mayor, to be amongst us, and we hope that in future you will be helping us as well. Khuda Hafiz, Pakistan, Zindabad. اس کے بعد آپ اپنی جگہوں پر تشریف رکھیں، آپ کو اسی جگہ ہمارے منتظمین آپ کو کھانا دیں گے اور جس طرح نظم و ضبط سے آپ نے پہلے کام لیا ہے مہربانی کر کے اسی طرح ہمارا ساتھ ہے۔ شکریہ۔
Zara che piace.